Hallo, wir sind hier im Dialog im Dunkeln in Hamburg, eine Ausstellung, in der es nichts zu sehen gibt, denn die Besucher dürfen sich einmal auf ihre Hände und Ohren verlassen und müssen oder können, sagen wir mal besser, Alltagssituationen aus der Sicht eines Blinden erleben, ohne ihr geliebtes Augenlicht. Und Dialog im Dunkeln gibt es nicht nur in Hamburg. Das Konzept dieser Ausstellung wird weltweit vermarktet und heute findet hier in Hamburg das sogenannte International Meeting statt, eine Austauschplattform für Mitarbeiter aus sämtlichen Dialog im Dunkeln Ausstellungen. Und das nutzen wir einmal, um uns ein wenig zu informieren über das Leben blinder Menschen in anderen Ländern. Wie gehen sehende Menschen zum Beispiel in Singapur mit blinden Menschen um? And so I welcome Kayong from Singapore here.
Yes.
Welcome to Hamburg.
Thank you.
And at first, would you please introduce yourself a little bit?
All right, my name is Kayong. I'm visually impaired. I have a little bit of vision. So I enjoy the city here, especially the weather. In Singapore, it's a very humid and hot weather. So I look forward to staying more days here. Yes.
Yeah, what can you see?
I could see you, for example, but I will not be able to recognize you by your face. That's about all. I cannot see big. I can see big things, not small one. I can see colors. Yeah, that's about all.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you been visually impaired since birth?
Yes, I have been since birth.
Okay. And how did your parents and your family deal with the
Yeah.
with your handicap?
Of course, they haven't. They did not know that they'll have a boy who's blind, who is visually impaired. So they did not send me to school, which was a blessing in disguise because I have fun. I did not attend school until I was 11, and I hope you envy me. I only go to school at age 11, and my parents just left me at home, leaving me to play and having a good time. Yeah, so I think they are not equipped to help or to bring up a blind child.
Did you go to a special school for the visually impaired?
Yes, I do. I went to the school for the visually impaired, and from there I went on to mainstream school. From the primary school, it's a junior school, and then that was the only special school I attended. From then on, I went to the mainstream school.
How does the supply of ads and technical ads for the blind and visually impaired look like in your country?
You will compare like 20 years ago till now, it's a lot of difference. 20 years ago when I was studying, I had to depend totally on Braille or large print. So I have my textbooks only in batches, in parts. So, but now it's different. I can get my textbook readily in a computer Braille or on audio, on e-books, on soft copies. So we are also access to computers and iPhone and things like that now. Yes.
Are there any subsidies for the blind and for the visually impaired concerning the technical ads, for example?
Sorry, what do you say?
Subsidies?
Subsidies. Oh,
yeah.
Right. All right. Yes, that is. So the subsidies is based on our financial situation, our financial standing. If we have a very low income, we have a higher subsidy, and vice versa.
Okay.
Yes.
In your home country, is there something similar to the mobility training in Germany, in which a special trainer shows the blind how to use the white cane and so on?
That's right. Yeah, we do. We undergo mobility training on how to use the white cane and how to orientate ourselves, use our ear to listen to what's around us, to use the cane to touch what's below our feet and what's in front of us. Yes, we do.
Okay. How do sighted people in your country treat the visually impaired? Are they rather helpful, easygoing, or rather reserved, or do they even behave in an unfriendly manner?
I think more of a reserve rather than unfriendly. Reserve, not really forthcoming, there are a handful of them who are readily to help you, who are maybe who are educated, who knows the blind people, and they can willingly come forward and help you. But majority of Singaporeans are still reserved. But if you ask them for help, they will offer the help. Yes.
Do you think that the visually impaired or blind people in your country are well integrated into society?
Not yet. I would say it's much better when compared in the past, because many of us have gone into mainstream schools, and more of us have gone into mainstream employment. But there are still rooms for improvement.
Are things like, for example, public transportation, schools or universities in your country accessible?
Yes, things have been improving over the years. Recently, the university has started up departments to look into students with disability, to provide assistance. In the past, only in junior or middle school, or what we call secondary schools, has resources for us, but now even the tertiary education, we have some resources. Public transport, we have some concessions for us now. In the past, there wasn't. So there's improvement there also.
What would you wish for the future of your country regarding integration and inclusion? Is there anything what should change?
I would like to see more change in terms of employment for us, that the government take an active role in persuading, convincing employers to give the person with disability an opportunity to work in open employment. I would like to see the government to take to do the first step of offering employment to us first, to show a good example. Yes.
Thank you very much for the interview.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Das war Kayong aus Singapur, und dieses Interview könnt ihr in Kürze auch auf Deutsch nachlesen in unseren Blogs unter blindlife.de oder christian-ohrens.de, und weitere interessante Interviews mit interessanten Menschen aus zum Beispiel Japan, China, aus Griechenland oder Malaysia findet ihr auch in unseren YouTube-Channels.